Well, I wish to say good afternoon to everybody. A little while since I've come to the mat to talk about meditation. And of course, my channel is about Buddhist meditation, kind of an active meditation, really. One that helps us look at why our mind is so active in meditation and to kind of work with that energy so that we bring it back to a state of contentment. Because the silence that the Buddha was speaking about, the silence that comes with meditation, does not come with control. It is not a fight to control the mind. It is um, I guess it's like a rescue mission in a sense, right? We're rescuing those parts of us that are injured, those parts of us that are really hurt in some way, or that are hiding, or that are acting out, or whatever they're doing. We're going back and looking at them, kind of having a conversation with them to bring them back into a state of contentment through understanding. So along the way, we run into many habits, I guess you could say, um, because addiction is one of the things that will cause the mind or our energy to divide, and for part of that energy to work against uh, our natural desire to be healthy. We see that quite a bit in today's society, where we come into contact with a situation or some sort of chemical or chemistry that pushes our love up beyond common sense. So because we are conscious love, our love can be pushed in different directions in a sense, right? You can change focus, I guess is a better way to say it. It starts out wide, but it can become very focused on certain things, right? We begin to love our job, or begin to love a certain type of lifestyle, or that sort of thing. And because we love something in a very focused way, anything that does not resemble the thing that we love, we begin to avoid, and we begin to see conflict as a form of measurement against the things that we want. So addiction is one of those actions that pushes our love up beyond common sense. So it no longer looks at whether it's healthy or not. We like the taste of it, or we like the feeling of it, right? So much that we are unwilling to look any further to see whether it's healthy, to see whether it's healthy for our bank account, many different things, right? The love becomes so focused it goes beyond common sense. So this is the type of energy that we run into, that when we try to reason with it, it does not respond. It simply can't respond. It has gone beyond reason. Not completely, but it has gone beyond reason largely. It's certainly hard to deal with. So anyways, how do we untie a knot like that? A part of our energy does not want to listen to us. A part of our energy that does not listen to common sense because it loves something so much, common sense means nothing to it any longer. It's a form of imbalance. Well, in meditation, we try to reason with this type of energy. We try to make deals with it. We try to work to form a cooperative path with it. All the things that we have been talking about and have been teaching. But with this particular energy, because it is beyond common sense, some people would refer to it as irrational love. But it's not 100% irrational. It's very important to understand that there's a line of consciousness within all things that is balanced. And that energy can, even though it does not like to look at that line, it does know that it exists. So the way that you deal with that energy, at least the way that I have found that worked for me, came from an example from my teacher. He spoke about the Buddha, and the Buddha saying about a string that was not too tight, a string that was not too loose, but to have it at a certain tension, and that was how life should be, right? And my teacher said this is an example of having cord too loose, right? Our habits are so unhealthy, right, that it's creating an unhealthy thinking in the mind, right? It's unhealthy thinking that comes from unhealthy living or unhealthy activities in a way, right? We may not have known they were unhealthy when we started, but we cannot stop doing them now. So it's created a form of unhealth, or it is beginning to restrict our freedom. So my teacher said that just like a guitar string, we cannot put a string on at the tension upon which it plays beautiful music. We have to put the string on loose. And in this example, our habits are already loose, right? So the string is already on. But now we begin to tune the string. We begin to tune our habits, right? And we tune it by slowly tightening our habits, right? And kind of, whether it's, for example, if it was smoking marijuana, we may be thinking that we smoke too much of it. We could very well lessen that amount, right? We could ask ourselves the question of, instead of saying is something good or something bad, we can ask ourselves the question, at what point does this product, or does this item bring health to us and to the things around us? That is a point of health. That is the tuning in the string where it begins to ring with a healthy tone, right? Some things have no point where they ring in a healthy tone, and those things we need to remove from our life completely. But to deal with an unreasonable part of our consciousness is very difficult. When we tune slowly, what happens is that part that is really unhealthy thinking begins to be a little more healthier each day because of our tuning. And eventually it will reach enough of a healthy state that we can make a deal with it that does stick. We can say, we can reason that we have seen such benefit from these actions that really, why don't we go all the way? Right? Why don't we stop being the way that we were that was unhealthy? And that part has crossed below the love so much that it was unhealthy, that it begin to cross into unhealthy love again, right? Becomes a reasonable part of our consciousness. Comes back to the present, is not working against us all the time. So this is one of the ways of working with consciousness in meditation that is more than changing ourselves, right? We are the way we are for a reason. We are the result of the experiences that we have felt, and that there's a part of us that holds on to the way that we are and views it as very important, right? Even though we want to change it, there's a part of us that says, no, this is how we got through trauma in the past. We will not let go of this because this helped us. But it's failing to see that in the present it is also harming us, right? So these types of energies we can work with by tuning slowly and bringing them back into a form of conscious understanding, and then we'll be able to move to the final step of moving to a healthy state permanently on this type of a topic. So just thought I'd get back to you, and maybe might start making a few more. I know I keep saying that, but I do seem to do a lot of things for some reason. But that is kind of a hint on how to deal with energy or consciousness that does not want to listen to reason. So thanks again. I appreciate you listening, and if you got something out of this video, I ask that you subscribe. Any questions, please leave them below, and I'll work my way through them. But I encourage everyone to try meditation, to try this active form of looking at these things that float up in our meditations and working our way through them so that we untie them permanently and they don't become something that plague us on a daily basis. So thanks again. Namaste, and I love you all, folks. Bye-bye.